Greetings, grown-ups, and thanks for checking out another edition of the Independent Mail. I'm your favorite mail carrier, QT Dub. And you know, right quick, I gotta get into the YouTube thing. And if you don't mind, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're doing that, while you at it, if you've got like-minded individuals that you would think would appreciate getting some of these pieces of independent mail, please share this with those like-minded individuals. And we know we only ask you 1, 2, 3 things. And here's the third one. You know what we like you to do? We like you to be like LL. Want you to rock the bells. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notification button so you'll be notified the next time the Independent Mail posts a new video. Now, let's get at it. Now, if you hit the thumbnail, you already know what today's video is about. And I'm sure you're curious, why did I ask the question? Did the GOP go PE? Did the grand old party end up suffering from a little premature ejaculation?
Skeet.
Yeah, I'm asking, did they blow their wad a little bit too early? And excuse me for the crudeness, but again, I'm joking, but I'm saying this in kind, and here's why. One of the things that I have to give the Republican Party respect for has been their political prowess, their tactics, their strategery, if you will. Throw back the W.
Strategery.
Ever since the days of Newt Gingrich, they have definitely epitomized being the little engine that could, punching above their weight. Newt saw how you could take political news, stay on it, and have this killer instinct no matter what it takes to win type of approach. And they've cleaned up ever since they've adopted that mentality. All the way up to the current minority leader for right now, the Grim Reaper, Mr. McConnell. I mean, come on. Stolen Supreme Court seats. It doesn't get any better than that. And that's what that party has to show for their strategery. If we're in the land of peanuts, the Republicans are Lucy, the Democrats are Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown keeps thinking that they can virtue signal their way to victory, and this is the way to do it, and keep playing by the old gentlemanly Senate. And they have not gotten the memo that the Republicans don't care about that anymore. You cannot shame them. They don't care about hypocrisy. All they care about is W's, and they're getting them. So that's what brings me to this question. This is the first time on the strategic level I wonder if they've slipped up a little bit. And I wonder if there's, in their zeal to give their base, to give their strong supporters some enthusiasm, that they've in turn lit a fire on the opposite end a little bit. And what I mean by that is the overturning of Roe v. Wade. Was that premature? Should they have waited until after the primaries to have done that?
Skeet.
I think that's a fair question to ask. And again, I ask this for a party that's made a lot of the right moves at the right time, and that's taken away, almost, the radicalization of about 30% of our citizenry. Let's keep that aside. But the way they've played their version of the political game, they've been getting W's. But reason I asked this question for now is because I've been seeing a couple of stories and a couple of things pop up, and I'm gonna drop. And of course, it's screen time. I'm gonna post some of this stuff up in the screen so you guys can see it. I'm gonna also drop links in the description because we always show where we get these packages from on the Independent Mail. But I saw something interesting on one of these, and you guys know that the Independent Mail pulls from all media sources, so I don't want to hear all of the boo as soon as I tell you it's CNN, because I know some of y'all ready to boo CNN, but we pull CNN, Fox, everywhere. We'll go all the way to the left on some Young Turks and pull all the way on the right with Epoch epoch time. So that's how we do it. But anyway, CNN had a study that came out this morning that actually took place after some of the primaries up in New York and Florida. And in a nutshell, what they found out was that they compared where Joe Biden's numbers were when he won back in 2020 to where the particular candidates were polling pre-Roe v. Wade and currently. So in a couple of districts in New York, one of the candidates was polling about 5% higher than Biden. And then in another one, the candidate, while he was losing to the Republican candidate, was still polling about 9% higher than where Biden had polled when he lost in that same district to Trump. Well, why is this interesting? Okay, some 5 points here, 9 points there. Well, the reason this is interesting is because every single Democratic candidate was polling 4 to 5 points below Biden's mark in 2020 prior to the attack on Roe v. Wade.
Skeet.
So I that's why I posed the question, did not waiting to flex your high court muscle to throw your guys that look what we can do now, piece of red meat.
Skeet.
Wow. I mean, this thing, because my thing, everybody knows those first primaries after a new president, the party that's not in the White House usually takes seats in both houses afterwards. Not saying that that's not going to happen now. It's just going to be a whole lot closer than what it would have, in my opinion, if they had waited to have done this after November. What was the rush? And so then you couple that with the fact that over here on another story I saw, and I thought was going to make this interesting in the primaries in conjunction with this. And this is on Axios.com. And that's that 57% of voters think that the investigations into Trump should continue. So that's pretty much everybody besides that base. That base has been holding at that 40 to 43% mark from the time he got elected in 2016, no matter what he does. So, and I don't expect that to move much. But what's interesting is that 57% is high in my opinion, because I thought it would also be in the 40s, because I just thought you would just have a big group of people that just don't care anymore and would have lost interest in just like whatever, because nothing's going to happen to him at the end of the day or whatnot. So it's just interesting to see with well over the half of the country still wanting to seek some kind of justice or some kind of culpability by the ex-president, coupled with an energized group of people that are not very happy about the Roe v. Wade situation. I'm really curious to see what happens in these midterms, besides in just places that are always just going to be, red, but I mean places that it's really a battle. We'll see. I mean, initially, I thought the Republicans would have control of both the House and the Senate when this was over with. They may only get the House. I mean, they might get neither. That would be surprising. I'm pretty sure. I think they'll probably get the House back, but we'll see. But if they don't, if they end up with just a split, they may be able to blame this premature, I want to say attack, whatever you want to call it, repealing of Roe v. Wade. They may have to look back on this and wonder if we had just waited till November. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. It's just a question. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it won't hurt them at all? Do you think it possibly will hurt them? Just curious. I want to know what you guys think. Also, remember, please hit that like and subscribe. Also, share with other like-minded individuals. And don't forget, be like LL, rock the bells. Hit that notification button so you know when your favorite mail carrier is back online, giving you fresh new videos and fresh new political and social issue perspective. It's your guy, QT Dub, and I'm out.